welcome to the G Lounge. This is a quick video showing you how to use Google Meet and what good etiquette is when using it. First of all, you need to be in a Meet. Meet is located up here, or you might enter it through various different ways. It might be that you have set up in a classroom, or it might be that it appears in a calendar. Whatever way, you obviously need to be in a Meet. We are going to create a new Meet here. And we're just going to call it test. And when we have our test meeting here, we'll go in and join it. You will see here that before we actually enter this meet, we can go in and set that we want our microphones on or off, or our video on and off. It might be a good idea to ensure that you have put off your microphone before you actually enter the meet. When you then go in and join, you can see here that we now have our microphone off. It's always a good idea to have your microphone off to begin with, because depending on the size of your meet, there might be multiple users that are all speaking at the same time, and that can become quite confusing. So it's a good idea to have that turned off. That can either be turned off and on simply by clicking on this button, or by pressing Ctrl D, as you can see that it also suggests if we hover over this. The other one is your camera. You can turn that on and off as well. You can either do that by clicking on the button, and then it will turn the camera on. You can also do this by pressing Ctrl E. The other options over here is that you can go in and say turn on captions. If you turn on captions, it's going to create sort of captions for you as we're speaking, and it will sort of show up on your screen. The other thing is you can present. This one is a really useful one, especially when you're dealing with pupils. When you press present now, you will get an option to either present a window or your entire screen. If you press your entire screen, you have to then select your screen that you want to present. So it might be that you go in here and present it, and now what you're going to do is that the pupils that you're presenting to will now be seeing your screen. This means that you can go into various other areas, and it might be that you have a document that you want to show, and then you could go in and show that document and talk them through how you do, for example, fill in the document or something like that. Equally, you can also get your pupils to present their screen and share what they have been doing. This is good for group work, or if they want to make a presentation for the rest of the class. They could easily present, for example, a Google slideshow that they have created, just to sort of give that presentation skills. Other than that, there is some other options down here. If you click on those three buttons here, then you can see that you can record the meeting. Remember that you can only record a meeting if you have the consent from all participants in the meeting. And a good etiquette is also to ask if anyone, before you start recording, to make sure that anyone who doesn't want their face, for example, to be recorded, that they can turn off their camera. We can also make the whole thing into a full screen, and it turns into one big screen. We have various other things that we can do. Layout is sometimes quite good, so you can see how you want to set it out. If you haven't already, it's a good idea to have the grid view. You can simply do that by installing the extension, or it might already have been pushed to your authority. If not, I will put a link in the description of this video, so you can simply go in and click on that link, and it will take you to the extension that you can then install. Over here you can see the amount of participants, and if you click on it, you will see a list of all the participants that is part of your meet. The last thing is you also have a chat. The chat is usually used if anyone have any questions, or anything they want to point out. They can put in the chat here what it is they want to say. That is sort of the outlet of the Google Meet. There is another extension if you want to have that it's called Not, and it gives you an option to, for example, all the pupils can raise their hand. You can see that if they press on that, you can see that so-and-so has raised a hand, and it will come up along the side here. It is not essential, and it can be used without, but just thinking about having 30 kids on the same meet and talking at the same time can be quite difficult. So therefore, it might be a good extension to use if you are doing a lot of group work and a lot of like whole class lessons on your Meet. And that is how you use Google Meet.